Hello and welcome to another episode of our Enneagram studies. We will start with a salute to Gurdjieff, who has brought this information to us, information which help us to be better men, better human beings, and to have the possibility of evolution in our daily life. My name is Alexandru Eugen Cristea. I have authored many books on the Gurdjieff teaching, including the Enneagram, the internal exercises, and the special sacred dances, the movements of Gurdjieff. You can see here some of my Enneagram books. I am also an editor to the Force of Gurdjieff collection. You can find it on Amazon. From this collection, I would like to recommend the Enneagram books written by my friend and colleague, Adrian Mirel Petrariu. You can see two of them here. He has authored some other excellent books like the Mythology of the Energy and many more, so please check them out. In today's episode of the Enneagram studies, we'll take yet another simple example, and by simple I mean that we will illustrate only the main octave so that you can better understand the stages and better understand the shocks and the basic rules of the Enneagram. So in today's episode we'll speak about building a website in order to sell online. This is an up-to-date subject, and I hope this will be interesting for many of you. So we will start our illustration on how to apply the Enneagram with a simple task such as building a website in order to sell online. As mentioned in the previous chapters, in order to reach a certain goal, a desired result, we need three forces to be part of that process. If the desired result is not obtained, a force is missing, or the force is too weak. In other words, we have made an error about one of the required steps. In the case of building a website in order to sell online, the three required forces are as follows. We will need a domain for the website. We will need an autoresponder, that is some automated way of responding to people when they come to the website. And we will need a payment gateway. That means a way of taking the money when people want to buy something from our website. In order to be able to sell, we absolutely need these three things. And all the other mandatory things, like building pages on the website, are in a way depending on the three main ones. You cannot build the pages if you don't have where to put them, like a domain. You also cannot conceive emails to present the product and push special offers to the customers if you don't have an autoresponder. Of course, you could conceive the emails on paper or in a Word document, but you got the idea. And without a payment gateway like Stripe or PayPal, you cannot take the money from the customers. Not online, anyway. So these are the three forces, and their place is at the numbers 0, 3, and 6 on the triangle. At number 9 will be the end result of the entire Enneagram, having a website able to take money online from customers. When speaking about the basic concepts of the Enneagram, the first octave will continue after buying a domain on the circle on each point, while the other two octaves from the autoresponder and from the payment gateway will also have their own steps, as we have spoke in the previous video. The first thing we need to do after we buy a domain is to get a hosting. Different options are available as different types of hosting exist, shared, etc. So you should already know what you need to sell and how. After you have a domain and the hosting, you will need to build the necessary pages of your website. Some hosting options already have this incorporated, like a website builder. Or, if not, you can build the pages with other tools that you pay for separately, plugins or programs, etc. Sometimes the help of a person is necessary, a website designer. All these details are part of point number 2 on the Enneagram. Having so many options available at point number 2 can generate chaos, and one could easily get lost here, hence the interval. You need an autoresponder integrated with some of your pages in order to collect names and emails on the front page to make sure that you can send offers. And in order to be able to do so, you need to build an opt-in form on one of the website pages, and this is how we reach point number 4 on the Enneagram. The next step will be how you will present your products, services, how you will list them on the website, all on the same page, different pages for different categories, how many details you will give, etc. This is point number 5 on the Enneagram. Next, in order for a customer to be able to buy a product online, you will have to use a payment gateway such as Stripe or PayPal. This is point number 6 on the Enneagram, getting an account for the specific payment gateway that you want to use. In order to incorporate the payment gateway, you will need to have to introduce and edit an Add to Cart option or button next to your products on the website, and also a specific checkout page. This is point number 7 on the Enneagram. Dealing with refunds at point number 8 is the last step before you can have and use the profit from selling online through a website at point number 9 on the Enneagram. Of course, this is the last step from the customer's point of view. From the point of view of the seller, the owner of the website, a sacrifice needs to be made, as the reader hopefully remembers. This sacrifice, the something that will be lost, is represented, of course, by the taxes one has to pay to the government. So, you can see there are these main steps, the main octave required in order to build a website to sell online. However, there are 2 additional octaves, each with its own steps. The second octave of the autoresponder and the third octave of the payment gateway. Each of these octaves begins when an account to the specific software is made. This being an introductory example, I will not present the stages of the second and third octaves now, but I will present this type of information later in our studies. In any case, it will be quite technical anyway, as the stages will differ depending on exactly which autoresponder and which payment gateway will be selected, as different software programs have different steps. Here you can see some of our websites. So we have the gurdjieffonline.com. There you will find the Ternary Startup, which is a special program for beginners. The program contains theory, information, internal exercises and basic movement exercises, all explained in videos with step-by-step progression. So you can find out there. Also on the gurdjieffonline.com you can see our bookshop with everything we have published up until now, and the links to the Amazon bookstore. And the other website, the gurdjieffmovements.com, it's a website specially dedicated to Gurdjieff movements and sacred dances. And there we have different chapters, different modules based on difficulty, beginner level, intermediate level, more complex, and so on and so forth. So please check it out. All my best.